I'm Todd Townsend here at CES 2015, and I'm here with Tony from Power by Proxi. And Tony, you got some wireless charging things going on here. Now, a lot of consumers are watching the news and they're seeing we're starting to have more wireless charging in our mobile devices. People want to get rid of cables on laptops, eventually charge laptops wirelessly. Your company's behind a lot of that technology, building out the basic technology in some of those wireless systems. Tell us a little bit about it, because I know some people have this on their phones. There's different types of it. What do you have going on here, and what exactly do you do?
Sure. So, Todd, thank you for the great questions. So, Power by Proxi is a technology company. We have developed products over the last few years to cover many spaces from industrial to consumer electronics. What we're demonstrating here is fundamentally focused on consumer applications. But to give you an example, we've developed products in the industrial space that go up to kilowatts. And consumer products sometimes operate at 5 watts or even less with wearable devices. So on display today, what we have is the latest technology for magnetic resonance, which is the next generation over inductive. And the benefits of magnetic resonance is that what people are looking for is the intuitive way to charge devices. They want to make sure that if they're able to charge it, they just drop it somewhere, they don't have to worry about alignment. It doesn't take much longer to charge than a wired charger. The cost is not significant, so therefore that will hit hopefully the mass market price point.
Right, and right now, so some of the current standard wireless is someone has, say, the key standard in a lot of their phones now. You're right, it works, but you have to place the phone very specifically on the device. Depending on the device, it has to be right over the sweet spot most of the time to work well. And it also has to be very close. It has to be right on the charging pad, where resonance technology will allow more distance. You're going to be able to build some of this into furniture and things like that, where you won't even see the charging apparatus, you can just set it down. So this is the future. So I'm sure what everybody wants to know is, when do you think someone will be able to buy technology with this in it out on the consumer market?
Very good. So let me give you an example of the applications here, and then we'll talk about the timing as well. So here's an example of a charging pad that's got magnetic resonance.
Okay.
And what you'll find on here is this pad can be any size. It happens to be this size here, meaning it was sized for 2 simultaneous devices. But the beauty is, here's a 7.5 watt smartphones. Smartphones are getting more powerful every day. Eventually they'll be 10 watts, but this is 7.5 watts. If I place this thing anywhere on here, I could close my eyes, I know that it's on there, it will charge.
It's just charging, yeah.
It'll just charge. I could put a second device on here, this could be a 5 watt, this could be a 7.5 watt, it will charge.
And it knows the device, it can intelligently charge each device the correct rate.
It knows that each one has got a different profile, different capability, and it will charge them simultaneously. So here's an example of multi-device, user convenience, drop and forget, right? And charge just as fast as a wired charger. Here's another one. You talked about eventually you want the pad to disappear.
That's huge. Wow, that's huge.
You want the pad to disappear. So think of this as a table, right? So the same thing is, I have a device on here. As long as I put it on the table, anywhere on this table here, it will charge.
So the electronics are built in at the sub-layer here, and the top can be whatever you want.
Exactly.
Got it.
So the advantage of magnetic resonance is that not only does it give you spatial freedom in X and Y, but also in height.
Yes.
So therefore, if you have something that could be the cover of your phone that may be thick, or that you want to bury the electronics and the coil under the furniture, then that gives you the extra height as well.
And I've noticed here you have a bowl, which is kind of cool, because if you think about it in the future, you can have this bowl by your front door or something, you throw your watch in, your phone or whatever, and it'll just charge, and it literally looks like a fruit bowl or something, exactly. But it's charging.
So here's the other great thing. What people have been accustomed to today is smartphones sell in huge volumes, right? Yep. But we regard smartphones and tablets as called flat devices. That's why these things got developed. They're flat chargers. But if you look at the next generation of other devices, wearables, IoT, Internet of Things, they all come in different sizes and shapes and power levels.
And you can want to try to balance them and plug things in.
If you put these in certain ways, they may or may not charge. So what we developed is another generation of magnetic resonance. We call this a cavity type. And therefore, consumer, it's as easy as drop and forget. It doesn't matter any which way this thing falls. And you can have multiple devices in here. And the transmitter here can be sized to be extremely small or very large for multiple devices.
It can scale.
Sure, it can scale. Okay. So here's a wide example of all our capabilities and technologies.
That's great. Well, Tony, thank you very much. I know everybody out there that has a device, which is everybody these days, cannot wait to get rid of all the wires and plugs all the time. So this is fantastic. Thank you for taking time with us.
Thank you, Todd.
Take care. For newdomain.net and Breaking Modern, I'm Todd Townsend here at CES 2015.